Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Well, a lot of excitement's going on around here these weeks leading up to opening day. I think as of today is March the 15th, and we are exactly 2 weeks away from opening day today. So we've still got a lot of work to do, but we have gotten so much done. And one of the things I want to do with you guys on today's video is show y'all some of the plants and talk about some of the plants that we're going to be growing this year and selling this year as opposed to last year. Some of what we're keeping from last year or what we're going to repeat from last year, and some of the things we're not going to repeat from last year, and just kind of give you an overview. Some of the plants we don't even have yet. Some of them are little bitty, some of them are just coming out, but I want to just kind of give you an idea of where our nursery's heading this year, as far as what direction we're heading in, as far as which plants we're going to be selling, and I think this will be interesting for you today. So we've stepped over here into this shade house, which will be full of plants. We still got to get this thing recovered with shade cloth, but this entire shade house here is going to be nothing but hostas. We're just calling it the Hosta House, and you guys can see them all around. Now they're just starting to emerge from dormancy. They're 1, 2, 3 inches tall. That's it. And that's just the ones that are starting to come up. But this is going to be all hostas in here. Probably put a row of ferns or something right down the middle, just some other shade plant. But we're really excited about having this year. Just kind of, first of all, we really love hostas. But secondly, people love to buy hostas, and they buy a bunch of them at a time. And people are always looking for shade plants. And one of the things that we like to do with hostas is we try to propagate most of our hostas ourselves. We divide them every year, and so just because we have, 1,000 hostas doesn't mean that we're going to sell 1,000 hostas. We have 1,000, and I'm just making up a number, but we have 1,000, and we'll sell 700 of them, and we'll keep 300 of them and divide those out and have hostas again next year. I think our numbers overall are probably a little bit higher than that, but on this particular plant, it's always a big part of what we do in our nursery. It will be this year, and it always has been. They're hardy. You almost never lose them over winter. People know what to do with them. People recognize them. We've got some unique ones this year, and we're really looking forward to being able to offer these to our customers. Now, just for example, these hostas that have 2 or 3 emerging stems, these are the ones that we'll really focus on selling, and the ones that have 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 or more stems, those are the ones that we'll keep for ourselves to divide for next year's plants. Now, a plant, if you guys have been watching our channel, a plant that you guys know that we are trying this year in pretty large numbers for our first try is vegetables. And right in front of me, when I say vegetables, it's primarily going to be tomatoes and peppers. And right in front of me is a tray of habanero peppers. And these have done pretty well. Now, another thing that I've learned since I last touched base with you guys about my vegetable seedling, experiment and learning is that weaning these things out, you got to really be careful with that. I mean, almost all of my plants, have a little bit of white burn on the leaves from the sun. They're recovering, but I think I tried to do it too fast. I didn't just go stick them out on a hot day all of a sudden, but I think I didn't take my time enough on that, but they seem to be recovering enough that I think it's going to be a useful thing for us, a good thing for us. We'll definitely make money off of our vegetable seedlings this year, but the main thing that I've learned about it is that I started the whole thing way too early. And these plants, too much cold weather, having to keep them inside, and they've gotten leggy and just fighting that over and over. But I think we're going to end up with probably somewhere between 1,000 and 1,500 vegetable plants that are going to be viable, good selling plants for us. We've lost some didn't germinate and all of that, but this is something that we're looking forward to kind of just following through with this and reporting to you guys how this went. We are excited about it, of course, and having these as a useful addition in our nursery. All right, guys, we've moved over to a different shade house now. Again, this will be covered in a few days, but I'm sitting out here kind of in a bare spot, and the reason that this is bare is because we've had a bunch of junipers sitting out here for a long time. And look, the fact of the matter is that I've just really fallen out of favor with junipers, or they've fallen out of favor with me. And we've had some success selling them. They're relatively easy to propagate, but I just can't get excited about the thought of having a bunch of junipers in my nursery anymore. I'm not saying I won't ever have any more. Again, we have sold some junipers in the past. I think they're a useful piece of people's landscape in the right circumstances and the right setup and all of that. But we're going to use this space for something that we know will be higher in demand. I mean, we had about 40 or 50 of them right in this general area right here. And we just took them out back and chunked them over the fence and said, we are done with these. They've just been sitting around forever. We only sold, I don't know, 20 or 40 of them last year out of 100 and something. And I'm just tired of them. So we're not dealing with those junipers anymore. In fact, we don't have any junipers this year at all, minus a couple of leftovers. And that's going to be something we're not going to be trying to sell this year at all. Now, some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy for saying what I'm about to say, and I don't care. I'm just telling you what my experience in our nursery is. Another plant that we will not be selling anymore is roses. Look, guys, this is what's left of our roses. Drifts and knockouts, and I could not give them away. Now, before you think that's heresy in the plant world, I literally tried to hand some of these to people last year and say, here, take a rose. And they said, no thanks. I actually did that. And we had beautiful roses, and I realized that people are crazy about roses. I get it. They're not crazy about them at my nursery. That's all I can tell you. And they look nice too. And I'm a huge advocate of if it looks nice, it'll sell. These did not sell, at least not last year. And I'm not going to be trying them again. If I do, I'm going to have to find them a lot cheaper and sell them for a lot less. And my prices weren't high on them at all. They were just very average. But I'm not saying I'll never have roses again, but there will not be roses in my nursery this year unless I stumble across them somewhere for just a can't pass it up price, and I don't expect that to happen. So listen, guys, just because everybody in the world is carrying a certain plant, that doesn't mean that you have to carry it too. I'm not saying that that's the way you should think about all plants. It's certainly not the way that I think about all plants, but at least for me, roses, thumbs down. So guys, we're up here on our deck, and you know, our deck is kind of our refuge from the weather for some of our plants going in and out of the house, and some things just keeping them covered and transitioning some of these vegetables. But I want to show you guys this tray of plugs. This is a Desert Eve yellow yarrow or achillea, and this is something I've never been able to get before, but this is a 100 count tray of plugs. So these plugs are really small, which means they're really delicate, but it also means that they're really cheap. So something that we tried, and I've ordered about 1,000 or 1,200 plugs like this. This is 100. I've got 10 or 12 trays of these of various perennials that we have bought in and that we're going to be potting up in the days ahead. We're just really not trying to rush it because our frost date is still about 4 weeks away. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys that we're going to be adding perennials this year that we've never had, and some of them we're going to be adding by potting up plugs. So I don't really know what the turnaround time on these. I don't know how long it takes these to grow out to a sellable size. That's kind of part of the experiment of buying these smaller plugs, is just seeing if this is something that will even work for us. But that being said, at some point this year, these things are going to be ready to sell, even if it's not until early fall. But I'm thinking that maybe by mid to late June that some of them will be, but we're just going to have to wait and see as far as that goes. We got some dianthus, we got some Delospermas, we got 2 varieties of these yarrows. We even bought in a couple of varieties of little tiny small 288 count tomato seedlings, just to kind of add to our tomatoes a little bit. So I'm looking forward to trying out some of these and seeing how they go and how they grow and how much value this adds to our nursery. So we're going to really have to pay attention to them, but looking forward to getting them potted up and getting a move on with them. Now we've stepped out here into our backfield growing area, and we showed y'all this a little bit the other day, but we've kind of expanded it some. We have finished finally potting all of our arborvitas, all of our green giants. There's almost 4,000 of them over here in these 4 rows. So, you know, we're excited about seeing those grow this summer. Here, of course, these are the gardenias, and we've got the crepe myrtles back here behind me that I showed you guys previously. Behind me over here, we've got gold mops growing, and we got oak leaf hydrangeas growing right here. These are heritage birch trees that are growing. These were actually left over from our fall plant sale. These were some that the leaves got damaged in transport last fall when I was bringing them home to sell. They just didn't look right last year. I think they're going to flush out and they're going to look spectacular here in about a month. So really looking forward to having these. And these are the limelight hydrangea trees. Haven't given you guys an update on these lately, but you saw us trying to propagate these limelight hydrangea trees last year, and so far it has worked remarkably well. And these are, in different stages of growth, as far as, not different stages of growth, but they're different lengths, they're different heights. And the reason that we did that is because we really don't know what, standard is supposed to be. So we're just trying different things, and we'll let our customers decide which ones they want. But these will bloom really nice this year. They'll branch out really nice this year. And we're going to just have to see how they look. But these things are going to command a premium price. So we're really looking forward, of course, to that, and just kind of, seeing what we can get for them. But this is some of what we didn't have going on last year. And we've still got plenty of room to expand out this way and can put more ground cover down that way. But at some point this year, most of this out here is going to be ready to sell. And a lot of the green giants in pots over there will be the ones we wind up selling to our YouTube viewers wholesale next winter. So just keep that in mind as well. But this is another part of our nursery we're really excited about. Hey, before we go on with the video, I want to just share something with you guys real quick. This is not a paid ad or anything like that, but we had a sponsor for our channel, High C, and High C is a manufacturer of boots. They're a boot company, and they sent us some boots about 2 years ago, and they're the boots that I wear virtually every day. And I mean, when I say I wear them every day, I wear them probably conservatively 300 days a year that I at least put them on. And a lot of those days, I wear them all day, every day. And they recently sent me some new boots, and you can tell the difference between the old ones and the new ones. And I'm looking forward to getting these new ones nasty as well. But guys, you cannot beat the value of these boots for the price that they are and for the quality that they are. Sometimes boots, rubber boots, rain boots, that type of boot, work boots, they cost $100, $150, $200, $300. And the High Cs are just a fraction of that. And if you'll just go check out their website for information about these boots. Occasionally you guys ask me, hey, what kind of boots do you wear? What kind of hat do you wear? Whatever. I wear High C boots, and it's just because they're a good product and they are extremely affordable. So if you'll click on my discount code below in the description, there's a 15% discount there, and that's worth it. I mean, it covers your shipping if nothing else. So anyway, I just wanted to share High C boots with you guys and just let y'all know that this is a really high quality boot at a very affordable price. So go check them out. Now, one more thing that I've got to mention, and I guess you kind of have to be in the nursery business maybe to understand how big of a deal this is, at least potentially, but in the last 2 weeks, I have found 2 nurseries that are relatively close. And when I say close, they're just accessible to us, but that sell annuals and that sell perennials. And I mean, that's what they do. That is their business, wholesale nurseries. So I have locked in 2 nurseries as ongoing sources to replenish the holes that develop out here as the year goes on. So when we open on opening day, we're going to have a lot of fresh annuals and a lot of fresh perennials, in addition to all the stuff that we're growing here and continuing to grow here. So I am way optimistic about how much value that's going to add to what we can do as a nursery. Maybe us being able to stay open longer into the season, maybe us being able to open more days a week than we were last year. It just allows us to do more of everything, to be able to have items that we can buy in for X amount and then quickly flip them. We're not trying to grow them, we're not trying to divide them, we're just going to quickly sell them. So really excited about that. Everything from annuals and hanging baskets to all sorts of perennials and ferns, edibles, you name it. So we are super, super excited about that addition to our nursery, and all the while continuing to look for more nurseries to buy product from that would be helpful to us. Well, all right, guys, it's just another look at another day in the nursery and what plants we're trying to get ready, and 2 weeks now from opening day. So we are so excited about that. We're going to open on Good Friday. So many good things going on out here. We are light years ahead where we were this time last year, and a long way from where we hope to be this time next year. But we think it's going to be a great year, and we're off to a great start. Now we just got to get open and start sending these plants home with somebody else. Hey guys, thank y'all for watching today. I love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.